Hi everyone, this is Aparna. I wanted to make a video specifically on fasting and water fasting. I did my first long 40-hour water fast and just ended a few hours ago. So I wanted to capture some of the things that I experienced. And the first and most important thing I want to highlight is the fact that I actually did this with an intention to heal my body, to give my body a rest from all the eating and the toxins and just to detox. And for that it was amazing because it cleared away any aches and pains or issues in my body completely. Like throughout the day I may have felt different sensations, but it just kind of made my body so calm and so centered, that and focused. So I noticed that as my I progressed through my fast, I noticed that my body and my thoughts and my actions and how I'm talking and all of those things started to slow down. So I wanted to share that because I know that a lot of times people want to use fasting as a way to lose weight. Well, the water fast, which is the one I did, I think is really good for healing the body. I did lose 4 pounds and in that time, so a day and a half, but I don't recommend it for losing weight because it's not sustainable. So, so I just want to highlight that and also share a couple of other things that came to me as I was fasting. Water is the most important tool during this fast, but I noticed that I would drink the water initially quite a bit, and then I stopped drinking water as much and just drank it when I was hungry. So I would just use it, and it was actually very filling. So water is actually a really filling um, thing. It just totally curbs the hunger right away. And then you don't feel hungry for a while. And the next time I felt hungry, I had more water. So the water is a really healing tool. And it's also super cleansing. It cleanses out the body. So I felt that that was a really good experience. And then the other thing I wanted to share was how many emotional things that came up for me when I was doing this. I noticed that I use food, especially one, I noticed that I don't really need the amount of food that I'm actually eating. I only, I think most of the times I'm consuming food or I'm using food to either celebrate something or get away from something. So it could be boredom, it could be a celebration. So I noticed that I associate food with a lot of different things, and it doesn't actually have that much to do with how hungry I am. So that was another great thing that I learned throughout my experience was that when fasting, I mean, if you just close and socially distance yourself from the kitchen, you don't really need to go there that much. You can drink water every now and that's about it. Um, and then the other thing I noticed that was really important to me was using my time when I was fasting. I noticed it was hard for me to concentrate. So I went on long walks. I did long meditations. I took advantage of it. It was really, really amazing from a spiritual practice standpoint. It allows me to go deeper. I was able to sit for meditation for 2 hours straight, um, twice a day, not just once, and several times. So it was everything spiritually started happening much more effortlessly and just intuitively. And the last little bit I want to share about the fasting that I think is really important is how we break the fast. So, breaking fast, the next afternoon, I actually started to ask myself, well, what is the food that I crave? And I realized at that time I had no cravings left. So I wanted something that was whole and just that tasted good. So I reached for Honeycrisp apple. So it was the best tasting apple I've ever had. I savored and chewed and enjoyed every bite of that apple. I finished the whole thing. And I did feel a little bit of a sugar rush after the apple. So I don't know if I took on too much sugar right away. And then I started to work into eating like a breakfast meal, kind of like a brunch at that time, which I had some avocado toast. So So that's kind of my experience. And it was truly transformational for me from a spiritual standpoint and a mental standpoint. And so I want to share this with anybody who wants to try it. But please don't do it if you have a lot of blood sugar issues. I noticed I took my blood sugar before and it was about 110, and my blood sugar was 90 when I finished. My body weight had gone down 4 pounds when I finished. But really, if you have trouble with the blood sugar and so forth, it may not be a good thing to practice. But I actually really liked it, and I think it's something I want to practice at least once a month. If not for 40 hours, maybe a consistent 10 days for 22 hours, and then eat that have an OMAD, 1 meal a day type of fasting ritual. So I'm going to try that out next, and I'll do a video on that just because I want to share all the experiences and reflect on it. Thank you.